iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Tonight, we'll have the final 2 games of this kickoff weekend, and we begin with a great one here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Green Bay Packers. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Three tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 13 yards on the game's opening play. Well, there you go, Charles, the first completed pass of his young career.
And we expect it not to be his last. Very good to get the first one out of the way, though, as he begins his career.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive INT.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
But I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
They go play action here on 1st down. Pass caught. It's Romeo Doubs. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. Back to throw again. He's got Watson. It's caught. Touchdown, Packers. From 21 yards away. And the Packers are on the board here first in the season opener. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And they're able to get this one across the 35. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. They'll run it again with Fournette. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. They'll look to throw here. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Well, there you go, Charles, his first NFL pass, and it goes for a completion.
And you know that they thought about this before even calling the play, right? Let's get him his first completion. Let's get it out of the way because we expect bigger things from him going forward, but take care of the small stuff first.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 38. Inside handoff now to Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And the last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Up the gut, Fournette. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Rasul Douglas picks him. And the Packers are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Flushed out right. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. This one swung out here to Jones. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line. Another completion there, and you think about the draft back in the spring. He's selected in the 1st round, getting the start here, as we mentioned, in week 1. It's got to be quite a whirlwind for a young quarterback.
Absolutely, because going in the 1st round, people are going to clamor for you to be the starter right away, but many teams want you to get your feet wet first, maybe just kind of hang out behind a veteran starter. In this case, though, he ascended right to the top role, and I know he's excited about the opportunity.
Now this throw caught left side. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Christian Watson, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Packers lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ballgame. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. They begin with a run by Fournette. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Rolling to his right. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass off?
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 2 touchdowns for him already in this first half. This one good for a first down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
They scored touchdowns on drives 1 and 2, and now they're trying to make it a perfect 3 for 3 to start. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Definitely an important sequence here for this defense. They've had their share of struggles in this first half. They just cannot afford to give up another touchdown here.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Dillon. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. A.J. Dillon taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Packers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. McManus's point after is good. And that makes the score 21-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively, obviously. 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with it. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
Again, it's Fournette. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. With a 3rd and 13 here, the defense in a dime look. On play action, they'll throw. Looking downfield for Godwin. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big 3rd down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. On the return, here's Agnew. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Back to throw now on first down. The left side completion to Jones. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun to give to Jones. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again on drive number 4. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal. Jones will take this one in for a Packer touchdown. And that is what you call lowering the boom down near the goal line. He was going to force his way in no matter what.
They always talk about low man wins when it comes to the offensive line, having the leverage to move the defenders. It's strong man wins when it comes to tackling in the red zone. And if you happen to be the low man and the strong man, that's a huge win.
After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this up. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Now a run on first down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he gets it to the 30 when it's all said and done. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They defer to White out of the shotgun. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
That was not a real confident throw right there, and he's just 2 of 7 to start the game. Now he's going to have to find a groove with a big 3rd down coming up. Let's see if his confidence can increase.
This is caught by Evans. He's going to pick up the first down and then some. And he is finally forced out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards.
The timing was absolutely true as he caught it working across the field. Plenty of space for him to roam. But notice how he keeps his head on a swivel, looking for defenders who may crop up out of nowhere. That turned into a big play.
Now a play fake here on first down. Cotton brings it in over the middle. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. And they give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. They'll give Fournette another crack. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. And the defense, Charles, they bent a little bit, but they did not break. And then on 3rd and goal there, the huge interception.
Think of the momentum they're carrying with them right now, Brandon, because in their mind, whether they want to admit it or not, they were conceding 3 points. Their goal was to keep them out of the end zone and not give up a touchdown. Instead, they give up nothing. What a big-time play and a big-time stop by them.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. 2nd and 4. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And the defense loses him. It's complete. Touchdown, Packers. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And he's been a busy man. 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, the connection they've had has been excellent today, but not on that snap. I think he was asking just a little too much as he extended that play, hoping for one more completion with it.
He's going to float this one deep right side. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game.
There is something to a game plan. We're trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they run successful.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Agnew now to return. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And this is incomplete. Oh, he looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in. So we reach halftime here in our first Monday Nighter of the season. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster in the first half. So where do they go from here?
The first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Mike Evans, 89 yards. And the Bucs come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Extra point up and good by Garibay. And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. Well, it's hard to imagine the first half going any better for them, CD, and now here as they begin their first series of the second half. I mean, they score here. This one, it's pretty much out of reach.
We honestly might already be at that point, partner, because this team, they were dominant in the first half, continue to be dominant now, and I think they're viewing this as a put-away drive on their way to a lopsided victory.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll go again to Jones. And some room to roam now. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 51 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete, and he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game, and this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
And he's brought down short. 2 yards there, needed 4. He'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And the Buccaneers defense holds and they get the football back. So a tough pill to swallow there. A would-be touchdown pass in and out of his hands on 4th.
Sometimes it just comes down to execution, doesn't it? Because we're always questioning, should they go for it, should they not? Is it the right play call, is it not? In this situation, everything was right except for the finish. You have to catch the ball and convert.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Dillon now on 1st and 10. But I think the ball's out. But it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll come out in the pistol. They're going to look to throw. And a quick throw here that's complete. And it's a Packers touchdown. Robert Tonyan from 4 yards out. And the Packers have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at about the 14. 62 yards on the punt that time. Wow. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And here's Jones again on 2nd down. And he's got room. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 84 yards rushing for him now here in week 1. A very solid start to this new campaign.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Lambeau Field, one of the best home field advantages in the NFL, no doubt. And they're a happy bunch here as the Packers lead 3rd quarter. Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. 2nd and 3. Johnson's got it complete. Fighting through, and he's got space. Touchdown! Packers. Well, CD, simply put, if anyone around the league wasn't paying attention to them to start the season, they will be heading into week 2. This has been an impressive week 1 performance.
They've certainly announced that they are ready to go, haven't they? They wanted to send a message out to the rest of the league. You better put your eyes on us. We may be someone you have to reckon with.
McManus's point after is good, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Finding Evans here, going across the middle of the field. A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
That's a really alert defense there, because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he coughed it up, and the Packers pick it up. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And it's caught. And the Packers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
I'll tell you what, partner, the way he's been slinging it in this one, I think he should be ticketed for a baseball cap and a set of headphones for the next drive. He's been absolutely sensational. But one thing we've both learned about quarterbacks in this league, they often stay on the field longer than you expect.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Donald Parham from a yard out. And the Packers are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this 4th quarter. He's got a man, complete. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Trask now off the play fake. Airing this one out for Evans. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked up by Jair Alexander. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. 98 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He'll drop this underneath for Jones. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home crowd.
I know there's a school of thought about getting your first start away from home so you don't have the extra pressure of that crowd behind you. But I say ride the wave, embrace it. Go ahead and play to that level, and I think it's going to benefit him in the long run.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. Oh, he's got some breathing room. There he goes, right side. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. I think all teams probably like seeing that schedule for the first time, looking at week 1, oh good, we're at home. This is why you want to be home in week 1. They're looking sharp.
And I agree with you totally. That's what you want, but there carries a little extra pressure with that as well because you and I both know protecting the home field, winning your home games is paramount in this league. So you go into it, yeah, we want it, but now you actually have to go out and prove it.
And two sides to that coin and looking like they're going to protect it here in this one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And the Packers are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield. They go play action here on first down. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And they have just about put this one on ice as they've got it here, 1st and 10. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Well, let's face it, not a lot left for them to prove in this game, but they're still throwing the football. I guess, of course, CD, you could always get the backup some work. There's new plays to try out. But some people, let's face it, they just want to run the score up. It's fun.
I love the way that you expressed that because you gave plenty of reasons why people like to do things. But ultimately, they just like to keep their foot on the gas, and they just want to tromp on teams. And what I like to see is, if you like to do that, how do you handle it when it comes back against you? On those days where someone can run it up on you, do you handle it the way that you expect your opponent to? If so, keep doing your thing.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Here's a quick throw out left. That's caught. They get only a yard there. Now it's 3rd and goal.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. Throwing on 2nd and long. Trask. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Over the middle to Evans. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Play action now. Trask. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And the Packers are going to take possession of the football. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense can very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout, but you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game,